And the video doesn't work. Hooray! Oh, there it goes.
Check your body. Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together.
Hello and welcome to Gamersledge Podcast. My name is Mark. Come on in, sit down, relax, have yourself a fine non-carbonated beverage of your choice, because we're not doing soda, because soda makes you fat. I'm one of your hosts, Mark. And
I thought it was bread.
Bread also makes you fat. Many things make you fat. Oh, frat or fat. Bro.
Alcohol makes you frat.
Bro. Don't become frat, bro. Joining me tonight is Matt. We're having fireside chats, just the two of us. We're trying out a new technology because if you've been following the cast for the last couple weeks, the tool that we've been using for 2.5 years decided to have an aneurysm. Like the staff went legally insane and just borked their UI and it no longer works. So we're trying something different tonight. Which one of the problems now is that nobody's in the big screen when the video is not playing, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. So we're both on the right side of the screen, just hanging out here for the rest of the show, apparently. But let's start as we do.
Poke.
Ow!
Poke.
Ow! That's my. Oh, it's the other one. Ow! That's my armpit. Don't do that. Yeah, let's talk about what we've been playing for the last couple weeks.
That's a good question. I am ill prepared.
It's gonna be that kind of show, just FYI.
It is, it really is. So it's not a ton of stuff. I've been playing some of that Rogue Aces game that came out this month with Plus. It's a nice little time killer. It's actually a decent amount of skill and strategy to it. It kind of feels like it was maybe a mobile game. I don't know if it was or not, but if it was, it made the jump to the handheld and console pretty well. A little bit more of Kingdom Hearts. I'm really slowly going through that. I forgot how terrible the level design in that game was. And when it's terrible, I just mean confusing. Yeah, spending a lot of time like, okay, I know the next event I need to trigger. I have no idea how to do it. So you just wander around aimlessly or methodically, depending on how you do it, until you walk into the right room and trigger the right thing. It's just a little frustrating, but I'm leveling up while I'm doing it. So, and I'm doing, is it proud mode in this one or is it critical mode in this one? I think it's proud mode in this one. The hardest difficulty. So the little extra grinding doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I played Tetris 99.
Oh, did you?
Quite a while. One night.
On the Switch?
On the Switch.
Because that's only on the Switch, right?
The place it is, yeah. Yeah, it's Switch only, at least for now. Kind of baffling and awesome at the same time. Basically end up just playing Tetris. It ends up being multiplayer Tetris. There's just lots of other people. So, you're building Tetrises and you're building rows, and as you do that, you're shooting off rows to other people, or you're clearing out the rows that other people are shooting to you. There's a color system to the rows that are getting given to you that I don't understand. I was not able to figure it out exactly what the color coding meant, but it's there. So yeah, there's there's 2 ways to target people. One of the ways has 4 options. You can either select one of 4 presets, and that'll send your rows based on that. So you've got random, KO, which sends the rows to someone who's close to being knocked out. Badge, which I never did figure out what that did.
I bet it gives
might
you a badge.
Yeah, well, there are rank badges. As you do well, you get rank badges, so it might be targeting people who have higher number of rank badges. That's kind of dangerous, though, because those are the people who are probably good. Mm-hmm. And then the ones that are attacking you. So you can have it auto send back. You send the things back to the people who are currently targeting you. Attacker and random are what I use the most. Late game, it can help to target KO, because if it's you're getting to the point where people are getting tough.
Let's answer the important questions. Is it fun?
It's Tetris. If you enjoy Tetris, then yes, it's fun. It is frustrating in the sense that it's multiplayer Tetris, so you get rows added to your level that you didn't stick there. The other shortfall on it is the D-pad on the Pro Controller is atrocious.
Okay.
It's really, really bad. And so that does factor in sometimes when you're trying to do something quick and it goes, nope, you're not going to do that. You're going to do what I want to do. And so, yeah, the Pro Controller, not the best fit for that.
Okay. Did you play... Banner says, awesome glass, Matt. He must have seen you taking a swig or something.
Oh, yes, we were... one of the things that we went and saw Battle Angel Alita, and these were the cups at the theater. I do really want to see this. The trailer for this movie looks ridiculously awesome. But so the we saw Battle Angel Alita. My daughter and I went and saw that. I really, really liked it. I thought it was a very good interpretation of the source. They softballed a couple of things, so it was a little more accessible, I guess, than a couple of the events in the manga and the OVA. I haven't read the whole manga, so I can't say all of it, but they did incorporate a couple of elements that I honestly didn't know because I didn't get far enough in the manga to know that those were elements that were upcoming. So, or I forgot, one or the other. So that was interesting. So there were a couple of things that took me by surprise there, but visually it was really good. They made some design choice change decisions that I thought were just fine. They worked perfectly fine. I'm looking forward to hopefully a sequel. I know it exceeded the expected earnings, but it's got a long ways to go before it's profitable. So right. Hopefully the Asian market will push it over the top, but because it hadn't last I looked launched there yet. So, and then
Mr. James
Rock Band
said drop the bass because of rocking into Rock Band. You got back into competitive Rock Band at the urging of children.
My daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. My daughter said she wanted to try this season again, so we went ahead and we've been doing that. So we've progressed every week so far. We just squeaked by this week, so we are now platinum. So you start at bronze, silver, gold, platinum. So we're at platinum right now. There's diamond and bloodstone left, I think,
yes.
Are the last two ranks.
Right. That sounds right.
From my now's where it gets hard though. Because right. we're going up against hardcore rival groups that have 10 people. We're playing with 3.
What happened to your the people that were in there after you kicked me? Not
better.
When
we stopped playing as much, Well, the really good other one bailed, and he's in a rivals group now. He and or she. The other ones that are there are still there, but they're non-participatory. One of them's Mitchell. He's not got access to Rock Band. The one of them that is not my family is not participating, so I don't know what they're doing. So if you want, man, you're welcome to be back in. If you want to, just asynchronously contribute, that's fine. We do have a bit of a handicap going into the next round. So we just barely squeaked by this last round, and we were playing so it ends Tuesday night. We were playing the entire time Tuesday night because anytime we stopped, we just watched our percentage start dropping, and it's like, fine.
See,
right,
this is what I'm talking about, right? If it was just one of those things where I just had to play an hour here or an hour there, that's different. You're already mounting we were having this conversation last week about how I play MMOs and stuff, and it's long and grindy, etc. But there's no stress involved, right? I don't feel bad if I stop playing because I've had enough and I'm done playing for that period of time. The Rock Band thing is it's stress. It's actual, just what you said. You watch your numbers start to go down, the percentages start to go down, and it's holy crap, I need to do this for my entire life to maintain my position. At that point, it becomes work for me.
Yeah, well, the nice thing is you can't go down anymore. Originally, when it came out, you could actually lose tier. You can't lose tier anymore. You're at worst, you stay at the tier that you're at, so you don't go down a tier anymore. So that's good.
That's better.
And you could still just contribute that way. I mean, points is points, right? I mean, contributing, just doing 2 hours, an hour here, an hour there, whatever, and just throwing points in is perfectly fine. It's down to our availability and everything to try to force it if we want to go. I'm not expecting to make it this week because we're going to be in the tier with the top. Let's see, there were 200 in the last tier, and they took the top 45%. So whatever 45% of 200 is, so 100 50 would be 100. So 80, 90, somewhere in that range. Rival groups that are currently playing.
I just realized I don't think I've played Rock Band since we moved here. Because I'm not sure how I would since our windows are open 24/7. And I'm not a quiet singer. So I'm wait a minute. Might have to break out the guitar if I can find it.
You'll have to master the shredding of the guitar, which would be great because, Keegan does what he can, but he is by no means a top tier guitarist.
I'm a normal hard at most player.
That's about where he sits. So But yeah, we need more. Yeah, it's hilarious because even I are both singers. You're a singer, so that in that tier we're competitive. We can place in the top 10 in the leaderboards per thing with a lot of songs. Not all of them, but a lot. But then there's guitar and there's drums, and drums barely usually get ignored these days unless we need it for points in the spotlight or something. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's a fun family activity to do. It does, when it's getting down to the wire, it does get a little bit stressful. You're right. But we choose that stress. We could just say, we're going to play when we play. If we make it, we make it. We don't, we don't. I mean, we're doing fantastic, I think, for a group of 3 people who are not playing hardcore and where we are. So I'm happy with it. And, we take turns singing until our voices give out, which for me is getting scarily fast. I think I damaged my vocal cords at some point.
That's
but see, that's it. Kingdom Hearts. Seems like there was another thing. Oh, we played Realm Royale for a bit. There's something else. I know it's bugging me. I can't remember what it is. I know there's something else. I didn't write down. What?
Apex Legends.
Yeah, did we talk about that? Have we played that last? Yeah, we played that last time, didn't we?
I don't think, was it out 2 weeks ago?
I think so.
I think it just came out at that point.
I think it was right after it came out.
Yeah.
And we played it opening night, so
yes, we did. And
we played launch night. So
I hate it. I'm just going to talk about it now. It is the bane of my existence. I'm not a first-person shooter fan. Now, if you ask Matt, all I play are first-person shooters, but that's not true. And I'm happy to pull up my PS4 XMB to show you that is not true. I have like one first-person shooter in there, which is Battlefield 5, which was a gift. So I don't play.
But there was a period there where pretty much everything you were playing was a first-person shooter.
That's because the only games that were coming out were first-person shooters at that point. But yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I enjoy a lot of things about it. I suck at it as bad as I suck at any of those games. But I understand why it's on fire right now. I understand why it's doing what it's doing.
I guess I don't. I guess I don't because I've played Titanfall 2, and Titanfall 2 is such an amazing game, and it's missing most of the things that makes Titanfall. The shooting is tight, but where's my wall running? Where's my giant mechs dropping? Because that's not unfair in Titanfall. You have ways to counter the mechs even if you're a human. I would like to see that stuff added in, to be honest.
Well, there was a rumor that dropped today that stuff is going to be coming to it sounded like they were multiple modes that they were going to have that you were going to be able to do. You know, there'd be a Titans mode, there'd be a wall mode with the wall running and all that stuff, and then there'd just be the plain old straight slide forever mode that we played before. And I appreciate that simply because it's simple, right? I don't have to worry about wall running. The bane of me trying to do any COD before the last one in recent years was trying to wall run everywhere because that's the only way you could do anything.
Did you download Titanfall 2 when it was the PSN Game of the Month? Yeah,
I've got Titanfall 2. I haven't gotten to the story mode. So I get it. I understand it's awesome. I get it. I'm just saying
it's not
down
it's not like COD. It's not like COD in the wall running. You can actually do the wall running and it's easy. And that's why I miss it so much in this, because it was pretty. Yeah.
But I get that this bridges the kind of gap between Fortnite and Battle PlayerUnknown, right? PUBG, because it's free like Fortnite, but it's nicer looking. Actually, probably it looks better than PUBG. To be honest,
it looks better than all of them. It's by far the best looking one. It looks like Overwatch.
Yeah, it's very high quality. I mean, and to have a launch like that, cold launch, no warning, and relatively no issues. I mean, very, very, very minor issues. I mean, it's and a lot of people are in love with this ping, the ping mode.
The ping is the best. And so, for those of you that don't know what the ping is, you can look at an item and hit R1, and it alerts the rest of your team to what that item is verbally, and it shows it in your field of view so that you can see it from no matter where you are. It is one of the things that I fully expect every other Battle Royale game to patch in and steal from Apex Legends, because it is amazing. Although...
And the team chatter is all very relevant.
Yes.
I mean, the character chatter.
Yeah, character chatter.
Gives you very good and useful information in the world.
Well, and it tells you, oh, you're a long way from the circle, you're not going to make it if you don't leave right now. So
it's giving you good info like that.
Yeah.
So I get why it's hot. I like it. I like it for what it is. Again, I wouldn't play it if I'm not playing with somebody to just hang out with and doesn't mind that I'm going to drag the team down because I suck.
Listen, man, you can't drag the team down from the way Ken and I were playing. Ken and I logged on and we were trying to play Realm, as always, and Realm was crashing, and I got sick of it. I'm like, let's play Apex, because, we can at least get into that. And drop dead. Immediately. It is horrible.
That is the downside to it becoming popular overnight, is there are people who have already mastered the dang maps and know where everything is. And
like kill leaders that have killed 972 people. No, I got 1 kill. 2. No, sorry, I got 2 kills. 2. Ken has 0, and he's laughing that he's going to be like level 20 and have 0 kills. Except that he's never going to make level 20 because he's never going to log on to the game again. He hates it worse than I do. I don't hate it. It's just I'm really not good at it, and it gets really frustrating really quickly because you're just instant dead. And yes, I'm old. I don't have the Twitch reactions of a 14-year-old anymore, but, you know, there are things I very much like about it. I like the gunplay. I like how the guns feel. I also feel like people aren't made of paper mache, which is my biggest problem with Call of Duty and always has been. Mm-hmm. It's one of the reasons I like Battlefield better. But I still have the problem that I shoot them 27 times, they shoot me twice, I'm dead. They're still alive. And it's like, come on. This super, yeah. So it's that little type of stuff that, you know, is that the netcode? Am I not actually hitting them, but it shows me I'm hitting them? What's going on? That's the stuff that annoys me. But it is a really polished game. The presentation is great. I'm not real keen on the 3-person team. I wish it was 4 at least, because that's kind of weird with the 3. And I don't really like the Overwatch style where if one person picks a specific character, you can't pick that same character. I don't know. It's so much frustration, deaths, that the Grim Reaper threw his arms up and said, "I quit." That's what Ken says about Apex. Apex Legends.
Well, that's every online multiplayer shooter for me, so that's just normal. That's just business as usual.
So did you play anything else? Sorry, I kind of had to.
No, that's okay. We caveated that. That's a good caveat there. I don't think I played anything else. I tried to watch the first episode of Umbrella Academy and fell asleep. I don't know if it was that bad or I was just that tired. I was very tired that night, so I haven't given it another shot. Still watching Dead Last. It's okay. I'm sticking with it just to see where it goes. And hopefully it'll go somewhere good. It's only got like 5 episodes left. I think it's only 10 episodes. Still loving The Gifted, which you finally started. Hooray. I'm really digging... crap. I just totally forgot what it was. Nope. Forgot. Something else I'm really watching that I'm really liking. I just can't think of what it... Oh, Manifest. The Inverse Lost show.
Oh, that's the one about the plane that disappears for 5 years and then lands. Oh, yep. Yeah, I kind of really want to watch that, but we don't have time.
No, I get that. I totally get that. We're still watching The Good Doctor, which has been a pretty good season. Yeah, we haven't watched a DC show in years. I think it's legitimate to say now, so that's crazy. Got a hankering to watch Supernatural, but we're way behind on that.
So it's not in the news because I didn't run across it, but did you see the thing that Warner Brothers is now thinking about pulling their deal with Netflix for the DC stuff?
No, I did not see that. That would be killer.
Starting their own service subscription model show that would only show up on there.
Gonna give up on TV. I think this is unsustainable.
Yeah.
I mean, we asked for a la carte. We're gonna get a la carte, and it's gonna be $30 a channel, and love it or not.
Yeah. One day we'll get there. Drogodan says, I watched 3 episodes of Manifest and haven't wanted to watch more. He felt it was meh.
I get that. I don't know. It's got a weird thing that's working for me. I wouldn't say it would necessarily work for others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm forgetting something. I just can't think of what it is. So let's move along because I've talked for long enough.
Okay, so I have been playing Realm Royale, and ever since Apex Legends launched, something happened to Realm Royale, and getting into a game is like 2 out of 10 times are successful. It's really frustrating. I hope
I was getting very agitated. I don't know if you got if it came across, but that was ridiculous.
And rightly so. It's super frustrating, which is crazy because I absolutely adore the game. I played some PUBG and was trying to tell people about Realm Royale and to be patient with it if they went in. And then I also have been playing the hell out of this. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, yep, I can. Can I make it bigger? Make it bigger. There we go. So this is called the Muscle Hustle, and it's I know I talked about it on the last podcast, but I said I was just starting it at that point. I'm level 16 now, and it's, man, I don't know if you want to call it Pogs or Marbles with a wrestling wrapper, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's basically you get different styles of wrestling marbles, and then you fight with them. So, like, if I go do a match here, hold on, no, I don't want to do it. We'll do that one. You pick the wrestlers out of your stable that you have, and then literally this is it, Matt. I don't know how else to explain it. You, like, bounce them off the others. Some of them bounce, some of them go through. So each marble has a different style of traversal through the thing. These two are lightweight, so they both bounce off of everyone, but some people will go through the others, which makes it easier to predict where it's going to go from the geometry. And then this guy's a heavyweight, so he just pushes everybody the hell out of the way whenever he does things. But then some of them have high flying traits that if you knock them into the corner, they'll do a aerial move onto somebody. And there's all kinds of special moves. Like, you'll notice each character's got a little number next to them, and it's that's a countdown for their special move. And once that goes off, then they can use it, and everybody's got a different special move. Like, some people heal other people, some people will jump up and body slam people. So it's kind of interesting. This guy, the big guy that's the heavyweight, if you bump into him on your active turn, he'll throw like an illegal weapon at the other people and do damage to them. So it's kind of really goofy, but it's completely free to play. It is ad supported, but even the ads are optional. You get stuff in the game if you watch the ads, but you don't have to watch the ads. So that's kind of interesting. It does have paid things, but what I've found from playing it is that the paid stuff doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't help you, because it gives you access to things faster, I guess is the best way to say that. But in the end, you're still going to have to grind levels for everybody and grind for the equipment anyways, so there's no real reason to spend the money, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and then you KO their team, you get a little health buff, and it says in the bottom right, how many rounds there are in this one. But the other thing is, what you can actually call people on your friends list and get help from them, and then you get to use whatever character they've assigned. He comes in and like guest stars in your match to help you, make through it. See, so that's one of the ones that goes through everybody. And then here's a special move for one of my people. When I use it, she'll pick one of the opposing marbles up, whichever one she hits first, and throw it out of the ring, doing damage to it. And now it's basically out for a turn. And so you don't have to worry about so many marbles striking you back or whatever. And then you can see, like, the one on the left side's got a little green health symbol above it. So if I bounce into that, it will actually heal my marble, or my pog, or however you want to say that. See, and I'm going to throw her into the corner, and then even though that guy's outside, she's going to do the jump to the outside and murder him. And this is it. I mean, it's not super hard. Now there's tacks in the ring, and if your character goes over the tacks, you take damage. So obviously try not to do that. Like that. Like I just hit like
they bounce around too much, I think, to really avoid it.
Yeah, it's sometimes easier said than done, but and so this one, he's gonna hit this guy and then jump on top of him and do a bunch of damage. So everybody's got different ones, and you build in-game currency, which are called hustle bucks, And once you get the in-game currency, at that point it becomes a, it's a blind draft kind of thing. She's got a thing that if I bounce against a character while this little symbol is activated, she will rake their eyes, stunning them for however many times I bounce off of her. So one turn, basically. And then there's like chairs and stuff that does damage. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Oh, she can throw somebody out of the ring. Oh, and I totally just wasted her turn. Hooray! But yeah, it's called the Muscle Hustle. It's on iOS and Android. There are friends list things that you can sign up because you can have 100 friends. And the reason you want to do that is so that because you can use that phone a friend thing in almost every match. And so you can only use each friend once per day. So that's kind of it goes by pretty quick. So let's actually pay attention to what I'm doing real quick here. Throw him out. He's dead. Good. And now, well, he's not dead. He's just KO'd. Right? Family friendly. And then I'll jump on this one. Smash. Oh, she took out my heavyweight. No. Can I get her into the... No. And that should do it. Yay! And then I win. And so when you win, you'll get equipment, which is also a random draw that... Oh, yeah. That your characters can use. See, plus I also won some hustle bucks, and it levels up my characters and all that good stuff. And so in this case, I got a coach, and you use the coach to train them, and by training them, you level them up. So there's a whole inventory system. And here's where it's asking me, do I want to watch an ad and get free stuff? And usually I would say yes, but I'll say no just this once. But now I can go and I can say, okay, I got these boots. Can anybody use them? No, I can either sell them or I can hold on to them until I get a wrestler that uses them. So that's it. I mean, there's different variations. Multiplayer is kind of fun. You actually play live against other people, and it's not about winning necessarily. It's about smashing KOing as many of their marbles as possible. And when you get to a certain amount, then you get a bag full of stuff, basically. There's special matches that you can do, which has some kind of theme, and there's a bunch of challenges in the game itself that either gives you more coaches or special wrestlers, or it'll give you hustle bucks, or it'll give you gold, which gold is the master currency of the game as well. So it's actually really, and they give away free stuff every day. You get a little prize board, and so you can see I've been doing this for a few days now, opening boxes, see what I get. And yeah, that's really, it's a fun little game, and it's really well designed and well put together for free. It's not bad. So yeah, that's that, and I can kill that. There you go. And then of course just getting ready for tomorrow, which of course is the launch of Anthem. I know PC's had it for a week now. There have been lots of complaints. I've heard nothing but not great things about the PC version, and yep. I understand. Now they are supposedly getting the day one patch that we are getting. Well, actually, the console's already got the day one patch. I've already got it downloaded to my system. So literally at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, assuming their servers don't buckle, should be ready to go at 9 o'clock exactly.
So it's the day -1 patch.
Yeah, it is a day -1. I was thinking about that as well. It'd be a day 6 patch for the PC players, I guess. I don't know if it's actually live on the PC or not. I do know it's live for the consoles to download now, which is weird because it's now 1.02. So there must have been a day 1 patch on the gold version of the disc, I guess, which is weird.
Yes,
but sure, whatever. there are a lot of people giving it a lot of negative reviews. I get it, especially with PCs. There's always kind of this, like, hey, we have the strongest stuff, but you treat us the crappiest. I get that mentality, and I'm hoping the patch does something for those players. But I'm very interested to see how it plays on console. I played it once on the PC in the closed alpha, and then twice in the VIP demo and the public demo. Neither of which were demos and were actually betas, because neither of them worked the way they were supposed to. But it's gonna be a little weird. I'm going to actually do something that I wasn't planning on doing, but after talking with Drogodan tonight, he's been he's playing solo, and he's having to he tries to deal with pickup groups and is having all kinds of problems with pickup groups. And so I already have a full group and then some. So we should have enough to fill a group no matter when. These are people with mics. But I'm going to actually play it on some pickup groups as well. Not to do anything like progress the story or whatever, but just replay something to see what it's like picking up a group where nobody's talking on the consoles, so that I can kind of talk about that as well. Because there's going to be... I think there are already some challenges with the UI in terms of being able to tell where your teammates are and what status they are, because a lot of people have expressed that on the PC version right now, it's still impossible to know that one of your teammates is down unless they specifically tell you. Right. So supposedly this is supposed to be something that's in the day one patch that the consoles are getting. Will PC players get it? I don't know. Will it actually be in the day one patch? I don't know. The UI, Drogodan says that stuff like you hit M to open the map on the PC, you would think you'd hit M to close the map again, right? No, you have to hit escape. There's stuff like that, and I complained about that in Realm Royale also, because you hit the giant touchpad to bring up the map, but you can't just hit the giant touchpad to close the map. You got to hit circle. It's the same kind of thing. It's kind of weird UI stuff, and I think I still think having to go into the screen for your mech to then load into the forge and then load out of the forge back to the screen with your mech is kind of wonky, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
That sounds like the loading times are a concern. Not that the times themselves are necessarily that long, but they're just a lot of them. Long. Whenever are they long? Okay.
I was looking at
you're doing them all the time when you're not out in the world.
No, you're not. But to load it, somebody timed it on a pretty decent PC rig, and they were saying it took them 2 minutes and 34 seconds to load in to
Yikes.
The thing. And that was just to go customize something and then load into the world. And the fact that you can't hot swap in the world, like you can't change your loadout or your which javelin you're running and stuff, plus you can't see what you've picked up. That is kind of weird. So I don't know, maybe they'll fix it, maybe they won't. I'm excited to try it. I know what I've played of the gameplay loop that I have played so far, I have enjoyed. It's not for me going to be like the best shooter I've ever played or anything like that. It's something that I can do with friends, and jump on and play a few rounds, etc. So we'll see. It should be fun. I've helped the loading screens by putting the game files on my M2 drive. Oh, I'm guessing that's a solid state. Probably, yeah. I could imagine that would help as well. I'm interested to see if that's if it's 2 minutes and 30-second load time on the PC, what's it going to be on the console?
Right.
So that's the type of stuff I'm really looking forward to. So we'll see. So yeah, that happens at 9:30 tomorrow night. Or 9 o'clock tomorrow night. We will be streaming the entire weekend with full 4-player goodness. I will stream tomorrow night until my eyes bleed and I can no longer keep them open, and then get up on Saturday and rinse and repeat. I fully expect that we will hit the level 30 ceiling by Saturday at some point, and then we'll see about the Grandmaster difficulties and whether there actually is endgame content, because I don't think the raids are going to be spun up yet, so we'll see. And then Anthem is basically the gateway drug to tide us over till the Division 2 next month in 3 weeks, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, let's jump into the news. Let's see, how did I do this? I did that, and then I did that, and there's news. Yay. Oh, but I can't scroll it from the screen. I'm telling you, trying to figure all this stuff out. No one makes an easy solution for what we try to do on a weekly basis. It's really weird. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, right. Runaways. That's the other thing I was watching.
Oh, did
Runaways
you?
Season 2.
Yeah, that's another one that's on my list. I just haven't gotten there.
Yeah, it's not as good as Season 1, humble opinions, but... Did we freeze, or did you...
No, I'm looking
stall.
at
Okay.
I was looking at text, sorry.
No problem.
It is a solid state, however, it's attached to the motherboard directly, so it's even faster than an SSD. Yeah, I would imagine, because then you're not dealing with the throughputs of the connectors slowing it down. That's crazy. That's awesome. Let's see. Where did we leave off last time? I'm pretty... We did double post that, didn't we? I didn't realize that. Okay. So that's too far, because you were complaining about me doing that last time, I think.
No, I think that was right after, actually.
Was it? Okay. Really?
That must be far enough, because we talked about the machine.
Oh, there it is. No, 303.
Okay.
So that's too far back when we talked about this. And about Legion ending after Season 3, which I was okay with. And all those CRPGs coming, and there's the end of my life. And...
It must have not made it to the feed, because we didn't talk about Activision Blizzard layoffs, did we?
Yeah, I think so.
They hadn't actually happened yet then, though, had they?
I guess not. What is today? Today's the 20th, so go back
so the
14
6th
days.
would have been our last.
The 6th would have been the last one. Which it's not here. Alright then. So there's a lot of speculation that Apex Legends will actually detract from the Anthem launch. I don't necessarily get that. People have been locked into, Apex Legends was a surprise launch, so I don't see how that would affect pre-sale numbers or anything for Anthem, because that's already pretty much a done deal at this point.
Yeah, the only thing would be in the places where people can cancel their pre-orders if they did. I have got this thing to play. I don't need Anthem now.
Yeah. Let's see. Battlefield 5 did not meet EA's sales expectations. I'm not surprised at all.
Because you only shipped a third of the game.
Exactly. I mean, this is... John, we were talking about this earlier via text. This is something that is egregious, and I agree, is a horrible way to launch a game. EA... forced DICE to launch before they were ready, set too aggressive of launch targets, and then they launched an unfinished game. Single player wasn't even finished. and there's so many bugs still to this day in the multiplayer side. No wonder that they don't have the Battle Royale mode out or anything else yet. It's crazy. So then we got the news that there are going to be all of the classic Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, I believe Baldur's Gate 2, and was Neverwinter Nights 2 one of those also? I believe it was.
Could be. It seems like it was, but I don't remember exactly.
Planescape Torment, which that'll be awesome also. Neverwinter Nights, and then Baldur's Gate 2, Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear, Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights, and Planescape. Ooh, no, Neverwinter Nights 2. Which, okay. But still, none of those are bad games. Those are like the cream of the crop of CRPGs. Those are coming to consoles as re-releases, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And I hope they're cheap. I don't think they're going to be, but I hope they're cheap. So that as many people can experience them as possible. Let's see, what else? EA expects Anthem to sell 6 million copies in 6 weeks. I'm going to call it now, that's not going to happen.
That seems a touch aggressive.
It seems more than a touch aggressive. That seems you need to go to counseling for steroid abuse aggressive. That's pretty bad.
Unless they've already got the pre-sale numbers to justify it, but
yeah, but I don't think that's going to be the case. That's a hell of a lot of copies. So we'll see. Maybe maybe we'll know very quickly whether or not they're going to hit that goal specifically. That flash sale is already done. So we had reported that Activision Blizzard was going to potentially gear up for layoffs. They did exactly that, and it was around, I believe, 800 people lost their jobs, which is horrible. Their stock dipped at the time as well, and it's just the questions. You know, the crazy part is that the Activision side of things have produced 2 games in the last, I think, year, and Blizzard has the majority of the profitable games out of the entire organization, and yet Activision is the one who's calling the shots. Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Well, and it's another one of these cases too where they made money year over year. Their profit increased year over year, but it didn't meet their projections for the stockholders, so it's a failure anyway. I could sell 1 million donuts, but I didn't sell 1,000,001, so somebody's going to say I'm not worth anything because I missed it by 1.
Mr. J Nice asks, do Origin Pass subs count towards that 6 million? That's a great question since EA doesn't announce Origin subscription numbers. I think the only thing we'll have to go on is NPD. If NPD is in the ballpark of 6 million in 6 weeks, then you could probably say that digital will push it over the hurdle. But if we're sitting at 1 million, copies sold via physical retailers, even if you're being generous and saying that 50% of sales are coming from digital, that's still only 2 million. And would then EA Origin subs be enough to push it over? Probably not. But we'll see. We'll see what MPD publishes over the next couple weeks. Meanwhile, Apex Legends got to 10 million registered players and 1 million concurrent players in 3 days after launch.
And now it's over 25 million, and they've busted 2 million concurrent, I think. So, yeah, it's taken them a week to do what took Fortnite, like 6 months to get to?
Yeah. And even PUBG, I think, took 9 months to get to that level.
Yeah, people bid into this one hard.
Yeah. The difference is that was 1 million concurrent players that had purchased the game at $30 for PUBG, making them instantly profitable. So, little different, but still.
Yeah.
One of the things that does concern me about Apex is that their cosmetic stuff costs way too much. I mean, if you look at it, it costs $7.50 if you're spending real-world money to unlock each of the new characters. So $7.50, but then if you want to buy a weapon skin, it's $11.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that is not a good deal. So we'll see. But yeah. Guitar Hero Live is offering voluntary refunds for anybody who bought the game. You do have to have some form of receipt for the game, but they will reimburse you up to 100% of your MSRP purchase price for the game. Apparently, they wanted to stave off those lawsuits in advance, and this is the way that they figured out how to do it, I guess. So,
was there some guaranteed life of service that they didn't meet, or are they just...
Sort of. So, basically, the original lawsuit came from a guy who bought the game for $20. Granted, it was on a sale, but he bought it for $20, and then 2 days later, they announced they were shutting the service down.
Right.
And so he's saying, hey, you should at least have provided a year's notice to people so that they didn't go out and buy the product. You know, he just wanted his $20 back, but turned that into a class action lawsuit. And this was apparently the deal that they struck in order to do that. So, PlayStation's Sean Layden explained why they're skipping E3 because who's it for? It's no longer a retail buying convention like it was originally established to be. And yes, it could be a fan show, but it's not really that either. I still feel sorry for the people that pay $250 for a floor pass to go stand in a line during a day to play a game.
Yes.
It's not really a public show. It's not really a private show. And, you know, now Sony is out. Nintendo's been out for several years. I mean, they have a presence on the floor, but, you know, they do their Nintendo Directs and everybody just tunes into that. And I think Sony's probably just like, hey, we have so many other shows that we do throughout the year to announce stuff. And they probably paid a lot for that church last year. And then filtering all the people from the church to the auditorium probably just slowed the show down and said, yeah, we shouldn't do this again. So they're skipping this year.
And then they basically also just said, we don't have anything to talk about at that time. You know, we don't have anything that's really going to, you know, nothing new to talk about. All it'd be the same stuff we've already talked about. So, I mean, they're going to have something this year. You know, they're going to do something. Then they've got their own trade show now, too, don't they? They do their own trade show thing, so.
Let's see. I'm sorry, I missed the question. I was reading the chat.
No, it's okay. I said Sony does their own trade show now too, don't they? Where they do PlayStation TVs, audio. They do all their own stuff in their own private trade show, so they don't need E3 or CES really either. But
exactly. Drogodan was saying Anthem money shards are $100 or 100 for $1. So new armor costs $850, which I had heard that there was a bundle deal that you could buy everything in the Anthem store for $30. So I don't think that's too egregious, but I'm not sure. And then Mr. J Nice said Rock Band will give you 100% refund and a free copy of Fallout 76.
Yeah, that's what is that? There's some European website that was giving away copies of Fallout 76 when you bought like a $5 something. I forget what it was, but yeah.
Please play our game. Please take my wife. Yeah, it's horrible. There was I didn't include it in the news because I didn't really get to look at it, but apparently somebody who has logged like 900 plus hours in the game has been banned for no apparent reason.
Yeah, I saw the headline that said something like 900 hours banned for having too many bullets or something stupid.
That's wow. Paradox seems to be teasing a new Vampire the Masquerade game, which I am super into. They did it through an ARG. It's an actual app that you download for your phone, and you tell it your blood type, and it matches you with sick people in your area, presumably so you can go drink their blood, which is hilarious. So no actual word yet on if there is a new game, but I thought it was hilarious, and I thought it deserved a spot on the list. Yes, I am a Paradox fanboy. Absolutely. That
guy's happy.
Yeah, he got to win in Apex Legends, which I'd be happy if I got one too. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite memes of that week. Don't say you love the anime if you haven't read the manga. I'm like, that's hilarious. Wow. That is hilarious. Final Fantasy VIII celebrated its 20th
that was the anniversary. Yeah.
Yep.
Still never finished that game.
Oh, what was it? There was something I read on this. Oh, you can customize the console, the UI console in the Division 2, which I believe is the first console game that allows you to fully customize the UI and move the elements around where you want. Usually that's for PC only, so that's kind of cool. We already talked about that. Harmonix, Harmonix is creating its second VR game to be a rhythm shooter. Let's watch the trailer for that. Because will you be able to watch? I don't know if you'll be able to watch the trailer or not. I don't know how technology works.
Doesn't most of the time. Video and audio.
So you're obviously shooting them instead of loading. Shooting them instead of punching or anything else. What do you think about that mechanic?
I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, it kind of combines something like Audio Shield and one of those hallway shooters, where you're just being rushed by enemies. It kind of combines the two into a single thing in a rhythm-based forum. Until in there, just a little Beat Saber-y thing there. Until I get my hands on it, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm very curious as to what it is. I can't tell just looking at it right now. It's a typical VR thing. You can show me this video, but until I'm in there doing it, I have no idea. Yeah. Like, I haven't played Beat Saber yet, and I think Beat Saber looks impossible. Right? I mean, just watching it just looks impossible. It's like, no, there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, the super hard difficulties, yes. It's very, very difficult, but it's just like Rock Band. Whatever that same brain space is to where you just have memorized all of the notes that you need to hit in a specific song. It's the same thing with Beat Saber. The fluidity, the mechanical motion you need to make in order to hit the stuff. And how have you not played Beat Saber yet?
Because I'm poor and I never put my VR headset on. My VR hat sits in a box.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. So that's I forgot the name already. Audica.
Okay, yeah.
We talked about Tetris 99 already. It's a battle royale game that they're doing it all wrong, and I kind of like it. Booker T. It's not often that two of my big things collide, but Booker T, the wrestler, is suing Activision over Call of Duty's Prophet character, which he says is squarely based on his GI Bro persona from his time in the ring. And, I was like, this seems like a stretch. But then I actually went and looked at the stuff that he depicted, which I think is in here. And the characters do look actually pretty doggone similar. Same gun, same... I don't know. We'll see if it actually goes anywhere. I doubt it. But he has a comic book of this GI Bro persona that's been around for a while. So people are saying that maybe the person lifted it for this. I don't know. But it's very similar. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Parasite Eve has been filed as a trademark by Square Enix in the UK. That's opened the speculation of will there be another Parasite Eve. I think it's been overdue for a long time.
It's again, Square Enix hates money, but
yeah, they hate money.
The market for a revival of this has been so ripe now. It's almost a brown banana. By the time they get a game out, if they're not already close to release, they'll have missed kind of their probably prime window for it. But
yeah,
I got to go back and play the original. I wasn't a super fan of 2, and I got 3 for the Vita and then never played it. So I guess I can't say I'm a super fan or anything, but I loved the first Parasite Eve game.
So Pokemon's changing its theme song from "Gotta Catch 'Em All" to "Gotta Catch 'Em All" between the hours of 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. and at least 40 feet away from any residentially zoned neighborhood. Please be courteous and respect others so we don't get sued. Rolls off the tongue, I think. They basically...
Where was that again?
Multiple... I believe it was a class action, actually. California is where the deciding court was, but I believe it was...
Surprise.
I believe it was actually a class action suit from multiple places across the country.
Is this still a problem?
Apparently it is.
Or is it just taking this long for this to get through the courts?
Well, that too. But apparently it still is. You have no way still to this day to say, do not use this location as a Pokestop. You have to submit something to Niantic. It goes into a black hole and then gone. So I get this. And it basically establishes guideworks that you have to have a complete resolution within 15 days. So I don't think this is a bad thing necessarily. But yeah, we'll see how it shakes out. But keep in mind that Niantic is also selling the database. So I think overall it is a net positive thing. Because they are licensing that database of stops to other games. So they can do something similar.
I read this way back when it dropped, and I don't remember. But if part of this is that Pokestops have to turn off at a certain time, that is not really a tenable thing. You got people working all kinds of crazy shifts and times in school and everything. You can't keep a game like that and then say, oh, the game becomes useless at 8 p.m.
Oh, I think it's interesting. This is the first time that ARG and virtual worlds are meeting with the real world, and there's going to be... We're kind of in that fluid gray period where everybody's trying to figure stuff out. So I think that's an interesting thing. Netflix has canceled Punisher and Jessica Jones. Jeff Loeb,
surprising absolutely no one,
penned a thing saying, hey, this had never been done and it provided the best stuff. And yeah, I'm sure we'll see all of them renewed on the Disney subscription service.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I read a Forbes article I think on this, and it is squarely in Netflix's. Now you could always say Netflix and Disney have something in the background that drove this, but these are squarely Netflix's decisions to cancel these shows. They're the one in charge of that part, and
they did not say that like they did not give hard numbers, but they said for each show the longer it went on, viewership decreased by half with each season.
Yeah, it wasn't. They weren't staying as viable over time, and Netflix doesn't need them. Yeah. Basically, right? They've got award-winning original programming that they're running, and they don't need it.
Yeah. The loot cave that has already been found in Anthem, for those that have been playing on PC, has already been announced to be patched with the day one patch. So that will.
Okay, so is that still throwback to Destiny, or is it literally a cave again?
It's not a cave. It's just that's what people call it, but it's a area that you go and you farm and supposedly hire.
I know in Destiny it was literally a cave.
It was literally a cave, but I think that's now forever going to be what people call that, the loot cave, even though it's not a cave. Yeah. This is probably one of the most interesting things that came out today, or maybe it was yesterday. Google is set to unveil a gaming project at GDC in 2019, and basically the rumors are that it is going to be a Netflix for games.
And I would imagine it's based on that Google Stream beta that I participated in,
which everyone gave rave reviews to.
Yeah, I think the service worked great. I just wish I liked Assassin's Creed Odyssey because apparently I don't.
Oh my goodness! Okay,
which I never got my free copy of either, by the way. Thanks Ubisoft. Supposed to get a copy of the game for participating, and that never appeared. Along with my second round of you got the platinum in Spider-Man, here's your cool custom avatar. Yep, still second rounds of emails have gone out to make up for the fact that they didn't all go to everyone the first time. Yep, still haven't gotten it. Okay. Are you reading comments or
I was? Yeah, there was a lot of comments. I was just making. Yeah, there's a lot of Anthem talk going on. So yeah, let's see. So that's
any highlights we need to address? Or?
No, just that there's going to be a lot of grinding for faction appearance stuff, which I kind of figured already, anyways. But yeah, there's talk about we've been trying to determine internally whether we're going to start on hard or normal, and we're kind of leaning towards hard. I'm worried though because there's like a set of missions. I've really been trying to stay spoiler free, like know nothing about it other than what I've already played. This stuff about the loot cave and everything, I know it's there, but I haven't read about it specifically other than it was being patched out in the day one patch. I'm trying not to watch Let's Plays and all that type of stuff. I've watched a couple reviews, but I'm really trying to just go in with a clean slate and see what the landscape looks like tomorrow from day one, and go that route. So I mean, there are things that I have figured. It is a grinding game. It is a loot shooter. You're gonna have to grind for stuff. So I imagine there was factions and all that type of stuff. But that's about it. That's all I really know. I'm trying to stay away from the rest of the information as much as possible. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it, actually. This has been a long time coming, so I'm excited for it. Let's see. That is not the window I want it to be. Any other news that I missed out on or we didn't tackle?
I just saw one thing right before the show popped up. Night Flyers, the show on Sci-Fi based on George R.R. Martin anthology of sci-fi stories was canceled after season 1. So that was just announced. Doesn't surprise me because the show was pretty much okay.
Oh, that's
so,
not a good sign.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I just moved myself over. Hold on.
Let's see. So how do I? Okay, it looked like this, like I'm talking to you. So yeah, that was the other way.
It's the opposite direction it should be because we're mirrored.
Yeah. Yes, this way. So that I saw that. Yeah, that was the only other thing I had jotted down quick. I had watched Night Flyers. I think I was the only person I know that had watched Night Flyers. So people seem to be enjoying their Far Cry New Dawn. I guess it was a discount title, so I think that's helping it.
Oh wait, so wait, I'm thinking the wrong one. Night Flyers is the one, the suspense one, isn't it? On the ship or something.
Yeah, there's a ship called the Night Flyer. That
Yeah. Got it. All right. Well, in that case, then that brings us to the part of the show where we like to thank all the folks who support us.
Whoa! Stop the presses. Hold on. What is this?
What is
Chris Hemsworth will star as Hulk Hogan in a biopic.
That's correct. A Hulk Hogan biopic. He is playing Hulk Hogan. That actually just dropped on the wrestling Reddits not long ago. So he's gonna be the one to be the man. You gotta beat the man, brother. Eat your vitamin and say your prayers.
Wow.
Which
the initial official preview reviews of Captain Marvel are coming back positive after a week worth of review bombing by people that haven't actually seen the movie.
You know, the crazy part about that is that my wife does not want to watch it at all.
Really?
And I'm like, I think she doesn't like the fact that Captain Marvel is female. Actually, I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, was Captain Marvel always a girl or was it a guy? I'm like, well, no, our dog is named after Marvel, the original, but he passed on the title, and I'm like, she's like, well, I just think I'm going to skip it. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not skipping it. You're going to watch it. This is one of the few things I'm not going to waver on because it's directly going to lead into the resolution
to Endgame.
Of Endgame. Yeah. So I don't know what her deal is with that, but yeah.
I had to chuckle someday. I was looking at some post somewhere, and somebody said, "Well, the original Captain Marvel was a black lady, so this is just whitewashing." I'm like, "No, the original Captain Marvel was an alien, dude." Ugh.
Yes, and then Monica Rambeau got it.
But was a completely different character, and that was all tied up in the whole Captain Marvel DC versus Captain Marvel thing.
Yep. Oh boy. So this is the part of the show where we like to thank folks for supporting the show by name, and remember that you can get your name on every show we do for as little as $1 a month. You can either click that subscribe button here on Twitch, or you can head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/gamersledge, just like these folks have. Thank you, Justin, ×3. You're a monster. Thank you, Regina, ×2. Naomi, John, June, Eric, Lexi, Patrick, Dave, Kevin, John, Nashok, William, Peter, John, Vekarad, Colleen, Tracy, Michael, Dave, Arturo, and thank you for watching here today. That's going to bring us to final thoughts. Oh, actually, and I forgot Nick. Thank you, Nick. You're a late addition. I need to add you to the list, actually. So thank you. Actually, I'm doing that right now, although it won't be on this scroll. It'll be there for next time. No, there we go. And then that's going to bring us to final thoughts. Matt, final thoughts for the week.
Final thoughts.
Suffering
piece of news that I just realized we forgot will be my final thought, and that is the news dropping out of Japan this week that the Vita is officially ceasing production
in Japan.
In Japan
only.
So the slow death of the Vita continues.
Which is crazy how slow it has actually been.
Yeah. I mean, especially you consider it's the progenitor really of the Switch in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just continuing its slow shambling descent into zombiehood. My Gen 1 still works great. I was using it to play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep right until I got the PS4 collection. So it's a robust little machine, but it'll be interesting to see if Sony dips into that realm again, or if they're going to pretty much bank their coin on traditional console and VR, because the VR definitely took off for them at the end of this last year. So it'll be interesting to see.
My final thought is I got two of them. Sorry, I can't help it. I'm pulling a Matt. I'm pulling an audible Matt.
Man, it's crazy out here. What's going on?
The first one is that this last... I don't know what day it was actually on. I think it was this last weekend. All Japan Pro Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling did a Gianto Baba anniversary show. And it's one of those things that if you like Japanese puroresu, it's dream matches, because the two companies never really... So if you're not familiar, New Japan Pro Wrestling was started in the 70s by Antonio... What's his name? It's not Antonio, but Inoki is his last name. He was the star of the federation. He was the guy who started it. And he started it with a guy named Gianto Baba. That was his professional name, which is hilarious because it literally translates to giant granddad or giant grandfather. But the guy was monstrous. He was like 7 foot tall. A 7 foot tall Japanese guy. Yeah, he's huge. And the promotion got super popular, and then Baba and Inoki had a falling out, and Baba went and splintered off and took half of the performers with him and created All Japan Pro Wrestling. And there was like bad blood for a long time, but then they got they kind of made up, but not really. But they started doing these anniversary shows where they would do this once in a blue moon thing. And then once Baba died, I don't know when he died, it was a while back, I want to say, they do these anniversary shows, and it's the only time. So they have the ace of NJPW face off against the ace of AJPW, and it's crazy. It's stuff you'd never expect to see. So that's on NJPW's streaming website if you want to go watch that. And then the other thing I was going to do was a news story. It's a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. But basically, they're saying that Nintendo is releasing the supposed VR headset for the Switch this year. Which I still don't know how that's actually going to work, because there's no 6 degrees of movement with a Switch. So how are you going to track it on top of that? There's a lot of questions that need to be answered there. But sources that have accurately predicted things before are saying that the announcement is coming. So it'll be interesting to watch. So it's just a rumor, but we'll see.
So what, you're going to have a headset that you're just going to mount your Switch into? And
that's the only thing I could think of.
That thing would be ridiculous.
There's a rumor, so there's a sub-rumor that it's actually going to be a Labo thing. Like the VR headset is going to be a Labo construction.
So it'll be Nintendo cardboard.
A cardboard VR, which is, crazy.
Right, well, that was the Google cardboard thing.
I know.
Back.
Yeah. I was with you. I was on the same page.
Okay.
We will end the show as we always do.
Gosh.
Well, before we do that, though, please don't forget Monday nights are Dealer's Choice Gaming Nights. We've been doing Realm Royale. Trying to do Realm Royale.
We've been playing the menus of Realm Royale and occasionally getting into a game.
Yes, that. Tuesdays, every other week is our Mutants and Masterminds role-playing game. This Tuesday upcoming will most likely be more Anthem. Because surprise, we're trying to get through it. And then Wednesday's the podcast. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are bonus streams. We don't necessarily stream on those days, but we try to stream something. So check us out at any of those times, usually around 7 p.m. Pacific every single day.
Something I forgot to plug. I need to plug this before you do your final thing.
Yeah.
Marvel Spider-Man on PS4 has officially full-time dropped to $40. So if you haven't played it and you own a PS4, it is an you insert adjective here game. It's a really, really, really good game. I'm sure if you wait for a sale, you can get it for less, but $40 is not a bad price. And I don't know what the pass for all the DLC costs anymore, but you could most likely get the game and all the 3 bonus episodes for less than the retail price of the game at launch. So that's a thing out there now. So feel free to partake in the Marvel Spider-Man because it is a very, very, very worthwhile game.
Ken says, Matt, your Christmas paper is still out?
Yeah, that's over here. The whole flood thing, I'm still getting everything back into place where it hasn't moved back downstairs where it belongs. Oh, and apparently Gwyneth Paltrow's contract is up after Endgame, so Pepper Potts will no longer be a reoccurring character.
Yep.
So, yay.
Much like Jane Foster.
Yeah, except I don't even think she fulfilled her contract.
Yeah, I don't know. So
all right, carry on.
We'll end the show as we do with a piece of wisdom to carry you through your week until next we meet. Matt, what do you call a snobbish prisoner going down the stairs?
I don't know. What do you call a snobbish prisoner going down the stairs?
A condescending.
Not wrong.
Until next week, game on.
Game on.